Hi everyone, it's Chrissie and welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another Sims 4 speed build. So today we are actually in 𝙀𝙀 𝘾𝙧𝙚 and we're building in the 17 𝙀𝘼 𝘾𝙧𝙚 apartment. And we're doing something with the new Home Chef Hustle stuff pack that we got earlier in this week, or at least, you know, by the time you guys are seeing this, we've got the pack yesterday. But I actually got early access to this pack, so I've had it for like a couple of days by now, and just a huge thank you to the 𝙀𝘼 Creator Network for giving me early access for the pack. Obviously, you know, they didn't pay me to do anything with it or, you know, to say anything about it. They literally just gave me a stuff pack for free. Like, that is it. So yeah, I do just want to make that little disclaimer. But we're going to be building a apartment for a celebrity chef. Now, the reason I say celebrity is because I originally started building this with just the idea, you know, maybe the sim is a master chef, you know, maybe they like cooking or whatever, so they have a very nice kitchen for a one-bedroom apartment. This is only a one-bedroom, one-bathroom apartment, and it's not even a huge apartment. I mean, it is... I think from the 𝙀𝘼 𝘾𝙧𝙚 apartments, from these four, I think this is the smallest one. Or yeah, it's definitely the smallest one. So it's not even a huge apartment. So if you compare like the size of the kitchen with, you know, the rest of the apartment, like it's big, like it's really big. But I really wanted to make this look like a proper chef's apartment. So there's a ton of counter space. I end up putting in a stove, obviously a fridge. I love the new fridge. I'm actually obsessed with it. But I put in a microwave, a pizza oven, a waffle maker, a stand mixer. So yeah, you have everything you would need to explore the new gameplay with the stuff pack in this kitchen. So there's a lot of stuff for your Sims to do and make food with and all of that stuff. But the reason I came to the conclusion that it's probably some sort of a celebrity chef is because I ended up, you know, I did the kitchen first, but when I moved on to the living room and especially the bedroom, I ended up making it more glam than I originally intended. And I don't know how I came to that. I originally just wanted to go for a more modern, you know, modern apartment. I'm using the new slate flooring that we got with the stuff pack throughout the whole apartment. And then I came to the living room and I ended up putting down, I can't remember what object it was that kind of like directed my like whole vision for this. I think it might have started when I did the wallpaper, because I ended up using the wallpaper from the Modern Luxe kit that we got I want to say a couple of weeks ago, but it was probably a month ago by now. But we got this gorgeous, almost like, I don't want to say Art Deco because I'm not 100% sure that it is Art Deco, but it's this very like almost glam wallpaper. And I put it like in the white swatch, so in a plain swatch throughout the whole apartment. And I don't know, I went for a very glam look in the end. So there's a lot of white, a lot of like black gray colors, this like warm wood accent that I use for these like dividers from City Living, that I use to kind of like section off the kitchen, and that I use for the big sliding glass door wall type space that I have going into the bedroom, which you will see in just a second, and obviously the cabinets in the kitchen as well. And then I use this like dark blue accent color for all of like the like curtains and stuff. And yeah, and then a lot of gold. I think that's where the turning point was. Like, I ended up using the chandeliers from the Modern Luxe kit, and that kind of just like, it made me want to incorporate more gold accents, and the more I did that, it just turned into a very glam type space. So it's giving me very like, I don't know, almost contemporary Art Deco, I don't know what vibes, but I love it. I'm actually obsessed with this apartment. I really kind of want to play in it, but yeah, I don't know, I absolutely love it. It ended up being just under 80,000 simoleons, I believe. I think it was like 78 something or other thousand simoleons, so it's very expensive. It's not a cheap apartment for being a one-bedroom apartment. It's not cheap, like, at all, but you can't blame me because I wanted to go all out with making it feel very rich, because it's supposed to be for a celebrity, so, you know, I figured that would make sense. Now, I absolutely love the way this kitchen turned out. Obviously, I used a absolute buttload of assets from the new Home Chef Hustle kit, not kit, stuff pack. See, we haven't gotten a stuff pack in so long that I keep wanting to call it a kit, and it's not a kit because we've been getting a lot of kits. It's kind of been a running joke at this point with the amount of kits that we've been getting, but I keep wanting to call it a kit. It's not, it's a stuff pack. Obviously, I used the majority of the kitchen stuff is from the new stuff pack, but I also used a lot of items, mostly just decorative items, from the Cool Kitchen stuff pack, the Dine Out game pack, game pack, and then also a couple of things from, I believe it was Backyard. No, I didn't use anything from Backyard stuff, I don't think. I don't know. But anyway, I used the majority of the kitchen stuff is either from the base game, the new stuff pack, Cool Kitchen, or Dine Out. And then I used a lot of the Modern Luxe, you know, kit items throughout the house. I used a lot of the Book Nook items as well, a lot of Dream Home Decorator, Vintage Glamour as well, because all of those packs have, either they had matching wood tones that I wanted to use, so I went for either this like darker warm wood or this light, almost honey wood throughout the whole apartment. Obviously then a lot of black and white too, but either those packs had that wood color in the items, or they had this almost like light gold color or like accent metal color that I absolutely loved. So yeah, that's why I used a lot of those items. I also used a lot of black furniture, used some of the Desert Luxe items. I end up going with the Desert Luxe sofa, but I put the Modern Luxe pillows actually up on it, and you will see me do that a little bit later. But I like raise them up, size them up with the tool mod, and make like my own custom pillow configurations. And yeah, I love the way this apartment turned out. It's one of my favorites. I haven't done an apartment in what feels like forever for some reason, but I absolutely love the way this one turned out. So you guys will have to let me know what you think. But yeah, so the way that I have this apartment laid out, the bedroom actually doesn't have any windows in it. And I don't know why I did it that way. I could have easily swapped the bedroom and the bathroom placement, but then I wouldn't have had a nice big wall to put the TV on, which that like item that I placed down that looks like a painting is actually a TV, in case you guys didn't know. It's from the Modern Luxe kit, and it's one of those TVs where if you're not using it, it just looks like a painting, and I absolutely adore it. So yeah, if I had swapped the bedroom and the bathroom, there wouldn't have been a big enough wall for me to put a nice big like TV and entertainment unit kind of like on. So that's why I didn't do that, because this apartment doesn't have a lot of wall space apart from where I put the kitchen and then where the bedroom is. Those are the only like proper big open walls where you can put stuff like TVs and counters and cabinets and stuff. The rest of the apartment has just like a ton of windows. So yeah, that kind of made the layout a little bit hard. Usually I would put the bedroom either in this corner where I have the living room, or where I have the kitchen is usually where I put the like bedroom when I'm doing this apartment. But for this one, I figured, you know, maybe this used to be a studio apartment, so the bedroom actually wasn't sectioned off the way it is now, and they've kind of gone in and they've like closed it off intentionally, but they've put in these big glass doors, like those bifold doors, and like glass windows up the top, just so that, you know, there still is a lot of light coming into the room, because the entire living room is basically just, you know, 2 walls of just windows. So there's still a lot of light coming into the bedroom. And obviously, because I use a lot of, like, I use white wallpapers everywhere intentionally to open up the space a little bit more. And then I just have that, like, brown, like, wooden wallpaper as an accent here and there. And then that is it. And as well as the new tiling from the stuff pack that I used in the kitchen and in the bathroom. But that's, like, totally separate. I also did those, I used that wallpaper in white as well, just to make it blend in a little bit better. Because I figured if I were to use a darker wallpaper, it would be too dark with like the black flooring. So yeah, I made sure to use a lighter wallpaper, because that's something that I've noticed in real life as well. If you have dark floors, You probably don't want dark walls as well, otherwise the place is going to feel very cramped. And because this apartment isn't like huge, if I was doing like a huge apartment in like Uptown or something, I could have gotten away with that, because the apartments up in like the Uptown or even the fashion district, some of them are so big that you can get away with it if you have like dark walls and dark floors and all of that stuff, because those apartments tend to have a like especially the Uptown ones, like all of the exterior like walls in those apartments are basically just windows, so you know, you don't have the problem of making it feel too closed off, if that makes sense, or like too cramped, too claustrophobic. But in this one I figured, you know, probably not a good idea. Now, I did mess around with the layout in the bedroom quite a bit. I wanted to fit in a vanity, but because I wanted the bed to be like completely central in the room, I couldn't fit in a vanity, because otherwise the Sims wouldn't have been able to navigate to, you know, whatever the side of the bed I put the vanity on, just with where the door was, where the door to the bathroom ended up being, all of that stuff. So if I were to switch the bed around, I maybe could have made it work. I did actually find a configuration where I could make it work if I centered the bed on the door instead of in the middle of the room. But I didn't like the way that looked, because then the like chandelier wouldn't have been central above the bed, and if I moved the chandelier it wouldn't be central in the room, and that just bugged my brain way too much. I did try it out off camera, didn't like it, couldn't look past it, so it just made the whole place feel off. So I did like end up just getting rid of the vanity, and then I actually end up making my own one. So where I have that wall of mirrors from Vintage Glamour, I actually end up putting down a console table from Dream Home Decorator, and then using a Modern Luxe chair in front of it, and then just putting like a bunch of clutter and stuff on top to make it look like a vanity, because that console table is the perfect height paired with this chair, and it looks like a vanity, especially in front of those big mirrors. But obviously it's not functional, it's just it looks nice. It adds a like aesthetic touch, because I don't know, I like the way that looked. So I figured, you know, maybe there are two Sims living in here. They probably would need more closet space if that was the case, because there's no closet space at all. There's just that one clothes rack, but we'll look past that. We'll pretend that there's closet space hidden somewhere. I don't know where, but somewhere. But yeah, so we're actually moving on to the bathroom, and this is one of the last things that we're going to be doing. We're going to be finishing the bathroom, and then we're actually going to move on to the like basically by the front door is where I have a little desk set up, or like a nice sized desk set up. It's kind of like almost like a little office corner space in the like living area. And I figured, you know, maybe the Sim that lives here, like I said, maybe they're a celebrity chef, maybe they write cookbooks, so that's kind of like where they do their writing. Or maybe their partner is maybe someone that works from home, maybe they're a writer, or maybe like a critic, like a food critic, so that's where they do their job, or you know, something like that. So I did just want to make sure that we have a little dedicated desk space. It's not super cluttered. The living room is probably the most cluttered space, as well as the bathroom, just because it's a bathroom. And then the desk space, I did put some clutter on it obviously, but I tried to make it look more clean and kind of like, you know, they work there, but they don't work there like 24/7, if that makes sense. But that is basically going to do us for this apartment, you guys. If you want to download it, it is up on the gallery, and because the pack is already out, you can download the apartment if you have the pack. But yeah, so I will have a download link below in the description. Tray files obviously will be up for channel members, and in 3 weeks they'll be going up for everyone. But you know, obviously everyone can go ahead, grab it from the gallery. It is already up there. It was up there yesterday actually, so yeah, you can go ahead, download it from the gallery. My gallery ID as well as the hashtags you can use to find it are all in the description as usual. But I hope you guys enjoyed this. We're actually going to go ahead and jump on into the game in just a second, and I'm going to give you a tour of this apartment. I also have a giveaway still running for a code for this pack and the backyard stuff pack because of the cross-pack compatibility between these two packs that I will leave linked in the description. It's going until tomorrow the 30th, so it's over on Twitter. You can go ahead, check that out. But yeah, if you guys like this, like I said, give the video a like, you know, hit the subscribe button, all of that fun stuff. But with all of that said, you guys, we're going to go ahead, jump on into the game, and I'm going to give you a quick little tour of this apartment. So here we are with the finished apartment. So yeah, this is the 19 Culpeper House apartment. Here's a quick little like floor plan overview for you guys in case you wanted to see that. But yeah, so when you come into the apartment, you have obviously our nice little like, I guess almost like office corner space over there. We have our little coat rack, obviously, that you can, you know, hang up your coat on when you come in. Now, this basically is the focal point of the apartment, obviously, is the kitchen, because that was the entire idea. It's kind of like the same size as the living space, which is insane. But yeah, so when you come into the apartment, the first thing that you see is the kitchen, which I am obsessed with. I absolutely love the way this looks. I love this hanging shelf, and I kind of did a little bit of a like tool trickery with, you know, hanging these plants around it and off of it, I guess you would say, which again, absolutely love it. I put some more clutter on the shelves as well, which again, very nice. I wanted to make it look very lived in and very like used, if that makes sense. Like there's people like actively using this. It's not some kind of like show home type space. So obviously we use a lot of the new items from the new stuff pack. I absolutely love this fridge, like I mentioned in the voiceover and in my gameplay, in my like overview of the pack, which I will leave linked for you guys if you haven't seen it. In that, I go over all of the Creator-Sim items, all of the build buy items, as well as the actual gameplay, like the main gameplay features of the stuff pack, which ended up being, it all ended up being like almost an hour-long video. But I will leave that linked on the screen and in the description. But yeah, so we have obviously the new stand mixer where your Sims can prep dough and ingredients and stuff. A little waffle maker area over here. Coffee maker because, you know, that makes sense. And then we have a little pizza oven. Now, something that I didn't mention in my overview because I didn't realize, but you can actually click on this cookbook and make food from it. So it kind of almost functions as a fridge. Now, obviously, you can't store stuff in the cookbook like you can with a fridge, but you can click on it and make stuff from that, which is really, really cool. I love that. Now, going around this way, we have a little island bench where your Sims can eat, and then we have in this corner just a tiny little dining table. Now, I could have put in a bigger dining table if, I don't know, maybe I didn't have this office space, or if I made the kitchen a little bit smaller, made the island a little bit smaller. But I really wanted to prioritize the idea that, you know, the Sim that lives here spends a lot of time in this kitchen. And they spend a lot of time actually cooking and prepping food and stuff. Less so, like, they don't spend a lot of time, like, maybe, like, entertaining at their house. So they don't need all of that space. Because, realistically, there would only be, like, maybe 1 or 2 Sims living here. So they don't need a full dining table, in my opinion. But going this way, we have our living room with our fake, not fake TV, but, like, painting TV that does work as a TV. But yeah, we have our living room, you know, obviously some clutter, some built-in shelving units. These are those like tricks that I told you guys about with the pillows that I did to hide the pillows that were already attached to the couch. And I did the same thing over here. There were 2 like white pillows where these are, and I kind of just used the Modern Luxe ones to hide those. And the tool mod came in very handy for that, which I can't build without that at this point. So yeah, we have our living room space. I love these curtains from the Modern Luxe kit. Then going this way, now this is where I figured this wouldn't have been here originally. Maybe this wall used to be here, kind of like as a little bit of a separator. But this wooden wall that's in here currently, I figured this is what they would have put in because originally maybe this was just one big open space and basically like a studio apartment. Maybe this is where the kitchen used to be, off of the bathroom. Like maybe this was the kitchen, but when, you know, these Sims moved in here, they maybe like bought the apartment obviously and decided to completely move the kitchen because they needed a bigger kitchen. So they put in this kind of like wooden separator wall with the bifold doors to separate off the bedroom a little bit, but not make it too closed off, because obviously this doesn't have any windows. So they kind of rely on this big glass, kind of like almost glass wall, to let in some natural light. But yeah, so we have a nice, very modern, luxe, I guess like glam almost bedroom, which I absolutely love. I love the way this looks with our little fake vanity over there. Your Sims can use that little mirror as a mirror, obviously, but they can't sit there and like put on makeup like they can with a regular vanity table. We have our little clothes rack, some clutter obviously on the bedside tables, and then we have our big bathroom. So we have some double sinks, like nice counter, storage space, a little shelf up here, which I really like the way this looks with the mirrors, because it looks like maybe it's attached to the mirrors, which I really like. I like the big wall of mirrors as well. But yeah, so we have our like bathroom window. I did put some blinds behind these curtains because they are sheer curtains. So I did make sure to put some blinds up there that they could, you know, in real life they would be able to lower those. We have our toilet, some more storage, and then just a shower tub combo. And that is basically the entire apartment, you guys. So if you want to download this, like I said, it is up on the gallery. All of that information is in the description as usual. But something else that I briefly mentioned in the voiceover is that I am running a giveaway still currently. It's going until the 30th at 10 AM Pacific time. I'm giving away a copy of both the Home Chef Hustle stuff pack as well as the Backyard stuff pack. And one winner will actually win both of those packs, unless the winner already has the Backyard stuff pack, in which case I will pick a second winner to win the Backyard stuff pack. But that is all thanks to the EA Creator Network, because they gave me those codes to give away to you guys. I'm running the giveaway over on Twitter just because it's the easiest way of doing it and randomly selecting a winner and contacting the winner. So yeah, I will have all of that information, or at least I'll leave the tweet linked below in the description. And then in the pinned comment as well, I will also leave it linked, because I don't know, that's just the easiest way of doing it. So go ahead, go over to Twitter, check it out if you want to enter. And yeah, you still have like a couple of hours, or like you have more than a day, I think, from the time this video goes out until it closes. It, like I said, closes 30th of September, 10 AM Pacific time. But yeah, go ahead, check that out if you want to stand a chance to win that. It's for PC, Mac, and console. So yeah, just a little heads up. But hope you enjoyed this. Like I said, if you did, give the video a like. If you're new to the channel and want to see more Sims content, feel free to hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell as well to be notified of whenever I upload a new video. And just a huge thank you to my channel members. As always, your guys' support really does mean the world to me, and I appreciate each and every one of you. And I hope you all have an absolutely amazing rest of your week and weekend, and I'll talk to you all probably next week in another video, or later tonight. I think I'm going, this is going out on Friday, but I do think I am actually probably going to be streaming later tonight as well, which turn on your notifications if you don't want to miss that. But I hope you have an absolutely amazing day, and if you don't manage to make the stream tonight, the VOD will be up as usual on the channel afterwards. So yeah, keep your eyes out for that if you want to watch it back. But yeah, hope you have a great day, and I'll talk to you guys all very soon. Bye everyone.